They say money doesn't buy happiness. You've heard it before, maybe you even believe it. I used to. It's a comforting idea, isn't it? If you don't have money, it tells you not to worry. Having more wouldn't make you any happier anyways. My family lived by that mantra. We had no choice. We were just trying to survive. I was born in an abandoned house on a hill in Pittsburgh. Life was about making it to the next day. And happiness was a luxury. My mother used to say, if you have more than you need, you should give to those who need it when you can. That stayed with me, and it shaped who I am. But here's the thing. Survival isn't happiness. It's the bare minimum. And while I believed for years that money couldn't buy happiness, I've learned it's not that simple. This idea that money can't buy happiness gets thrown around a lot. But let's think about what it really means. It's true that money alone doesn't make you happy, but it gives you something just as important, the comfort to feel happy. It buys safety, it buys freedom, it buys the peace of mind that you and the people you care about are taken care of. I'm not saying money fixes everything. It doesn't cure heartbreak or make you immune to life's struggles, but pretending it doesn't matter, that's just not true. Some might point to wealthy people and say, see, they have all the money in the world and they're still miserable. And they're right, some of them are. But that's because money alone doesn't guarantee happiness. It's about how you use it. If you're spending money on things that don't matter, you'll end up feeling just as empty as you did before. But if you use it to create value, to build relationships, to provide for others, that's where the real happiness comes from. There's a difference between consuming and providing. Consuming is easy. It's buying something that makes you feel good for a moment, a new gadget, a fancy meal, something shiny to show off, but the feeling doesn't last, does it? You're left chasing the next thing, trying to fill a void that stuff just can't fill. Providing, though, that's different. Providing is about creating something meaningful. It's about giving to others, building connections, and making a difference. It's not about what you take, it's about what you contribute. That's what my mother taught me. If you have more than you need, give to those who need it when you can. And the more I've lived by that, the more I've realized how true it is. When you provide, you're just not helping others. You're building something inside yourself, a sense of purpose, a reason to get up in the morning, and that lasts far longer than anything you can buy. Let me be honest with you. Doing good isn't easy. Sometimes doing good can lead to something bad. I'm a therapeutic foster parent. I take in kids the system has forgotten, kids who've been through things no one should have to endure. I've poured my heart and soul into helping them, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you see the change, the hope, the spark of something better, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes kids die. When that happens, it tears a hole through you. It changes you forever. You're not the same person you were before, and it doesn't just hurt. It leaves scars so deep they never fully heal. But here's the truth. It also makes you stronger. It makes you wiser, and you see the world more clearly for what it really is. Cold, dangerous, and unfair. And that perspective, it pushes you to do what little you can while you still can. Because help that comes too late isn't help at all. It counts for very little. Maybe you'll sleep better telling yourself the lie that you did your best while standing on the sidelines. But let's face it, hoping for the best is just another way of doing nothing, and not doing nothing doesn't help anyone. This is where the system wants you to stay. It wants you to focus on consuming, not providing, because consuming is predictable. It keeps the whole wheel turning. It's easier to sell you the idea that happiness comes from things than to admit that real happiness requires effort that might not benefit the system. This is why so many of us feel stuck. We're told that money isn't the answer, but we're not taught how to use it to create real value. Instead, we're left in this endless cycle of buying, consuming, and feeling empty. And the worst part, it works. For them, not us. But providing, doing good, it's worth the cost. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it hurts. And no, it doesn't always pay off in the way you hoped. But when it does, when you make a difference, when you see the impact you've had, it's worth every ounce of pain. Because providing isn't just about helping others, it's about building something real, something lasting. It's about enriching your life in ways that consuming never could. It strengthens your relationships, your community, and your sense of self. So no, money doesn't buy happiness, but it can be a tool to create it. If you use it wisely, if you use it to provide instead of consume, it can build something that lasts. This isn't about shaming you or how you spend your money. It's about showing you a better way. If you're looking for more than just quick fixes and empty purchases, start building, start providing. You'll be amazed at what you can create. And if you're one of those people who think this doesn't apply to you, well, go ahead and keep chasing the next shiny thing. But for the rest of you, the ones who want something more, this is your invitation. Let's build something better.